Alright, guys. So, if you guys remember a little while back, I did a video, fanfiction idea called, John Wick, King of Killers, which was inspired heavily by, it was heavily inspired by the Jason Aaron Punisher maxi series that's coming to a close soon, actually. So, this is basically like, in this story, just for a catch-up, a sect of the Hand, like a chapter of it, has recruited John Wick, into their fold and playing that he is the Fist of the Dragon, which is a dragon demon from the IDW comics, and from there he's now become like the new head of the Foot Clan. And as an added bonus, they were like, hey, we can, do something that no one else can do for you. And that, my friend, is get Helen back to you. And they've actually resurrected Helen to sweeten the deal, to bring John back, bring John into their fold. He's already attacked the Osaka Continental, brought in some of his old friends to join him on this little crusade he's doing. And as well as he is also basically he has deposed Karai as the leader of the Foot Clan. If you're wondering, this is kind of like the 2012 continuity, so Shredder's not here. So yeah, so where we left off, Karai had gone to New York to talk to the Turtles and alert them that, hey, I've lost the Foot Clan to Baba Yaga. And of course, John's movement against the Continental didn't go unnoticed by the High Table, who are now like looking at this and going, fuck. Because the thing of it is that they weren't, like, one, they weren't expecting Wick, and this is also like an alternate take. This doesn't take place for John Wick 4. This is like, what if this is like an alternate ending to John Wick 3. So now they're like, yeah, John Wick has basically united with the Foot Clan, someone we didn't think he would go to first off, as well as, oh, I don't know, become the leader of the Foot Clan, and is now has an army of ninjas at his side. It's not looking good. So what happens is, in this story, the High Table is like, what is to be done about John Wick, because now he has the one thing that makes him even more scarier. Like, it's made him more terrifying. He has an army of well-trained assassins that are willing to serve him with their dying breath, and now they are fucking terrified. They are legit like, oh shit, John Wick is now has ninjas. So what happens is, the High Table is like, can we appeal to John? Can we like stop our war with him? And the members of the High Table are like, maybe we can make peace with John Wick. And that's when someone goes, make peace with John Wick. He drops a glass on the ground and goes, there's your peace, all on the ground, along with our heads when he's done with us. So now they're like, oh shit, John Wick is now the leader of the Foot, John Wick's coming for us. And now they know there is no peace with John Wick. While this is going on, Winston and Karen are like, Winston more especially is like, well shit, I'm gonna have to go talk to him. So Winston goes alone to the Foot Clan's new base of operation, which is the Osaka Continental, which is now under the command of the Foot Clan. And when Winston walks in, he's like, Jonathan, let's talk. And he's like, well, you've made a name for yourself. Are you still mad I shot you? And he's like, yeah, a little. And he's like, but it's all good. What do you want to say? Say your piece, Winston. And he's like, well, I have been hearing rumblings now and again about the whispers from the high table, basically saying like they know you're the leader of the Foot Clan now. You're the lead. Yeah, you're the leader of the Foot Clan, and that makes them scared. And he's like, "Good. I wanted them to be scared." And he's like, "You don't understand. Scared people make very dumb decisions, and those decisions might come back to haunt you, Jonathan." So, and he's like, "You can, if you want to stay, Winston, that's fine." He's like, "Oh no, my place is the New York Continental. I hope to see you again, Jonathan. If assuming you don't get us all killed." And he's like, "Don't worry, I'm going to kill them all first." Meanwhile, when Winston goes back to the Continental, Charon reveals, "Sir, there's someone in your office who wants to talk to you." And those someones are the Ninja Turtles who have broken in with Karai, because Karai told them, "Hey, guy's name is John Wick. We know about the Continental. He was there, so we're gonna have a chat with him." So it's Karai and the Ninja Turtles, and he's like, "Well, this day has gotten interesting. Anyone like some brandy?" And Karai basically tells him, "You know John Wick, you know." And he's like, "Funny, I just got off the plane talking to him." "Yeah, you're not getting I don't think you're getting the Foot Clan back, Miss Karai." And he's like, "And I don't think your entourage is going to be any help either." And he's like, "We'll see." And Leo's like, "Yeah, we'll see about that." And he's like, "You don't understand. There's something different. When I was talking to Jonathan, there was something different about him. There was something I just couldn't take into account. Like there's something else inside him now. Like there's just like before there was this before I knew Jonathan, he just had rage towards the high table. But now when I was talking to him earlier, it's like that rage is now going to be projected on the world itself, and we're all going to burn for it. So I think you're going to need some extra help." Meanwhile, speaking of the help, the the adjudicator has gone to talk with certain people, because the high table's decided, yeah, remember when Winston said earlier that that scared people make very scary decisions? Yeah, well, the adjudicator, on behalf of the high table, arrives in Roanapur. They go to she goes to a Roanapur and wants to make have a talk with Hotel Moscow. It's revealed that, yeah, Hotel Moscow has been ruling Roanapur free of the high table's influence. And yeah, rather than have open war with a very powerful Russian group, they're just like, "You can have Roanapur, it sucks anyway, you fucking have it." So Bella Lyka the adjudicator's talking to Bella Lyka, and she's like, "So, Baba Yaga has become the leader of the Foot Clan. Fuck. And I take it you want us to take care of the problem." And she's like, "It would be greatly appreciated if Hotel Moscow assisted in this matter of removing John Wick from the equation." And she's like, "I think we can do that, but what's in it for us?" And she's like, "A seat at the high table. Hotel Moscow will now have a seat at the high table." And she's like, okay. So the turtles are prepping to go to Japan to help Karai take the mantle back from John. Meanwhile, Hotel Moscow is set, because they're all former Spetsnaz, are like, "Yeah, we're gonna go in there and take out ninjas and kill John Wick." So the two forces collide, funny enough, at the same time, and John reveals that he is, he's been communing with the dragon, the dragon god, and as the Fist of the Dragon, Yeah, it's not pretty. Both the Ninja Turtles and Hotel Moscow both arrived at the same time, and they fight their way through foot ninjas. But at the same time, they're like, when John shows up and he unleashes all that dragon power, that new power from the Dragon God, he just just mollywumps them, just absolutely just beats the shit out of all of them, forcing the ninjas to retreat and Bella Lyka to leave several of her soldiers. You know, she wanted to get the bodies back, but now that's impossible. So now Bella Lyka's like, I am going to put a bullet through Baba Yaga's head before this is over. Meanwhile, the turtles are like, we can't fight this guy the way he is. Like, we fought monsters before, but Wick is something else. And that's when Leo's like, I think we need to call in some backup. So Leo is like, we need to talk to some people. So Leo, when they go back to New York, is like, we need to put out the word that John Wick's coming for all of us. And now they have a base in the Continental, because Winston's like, I fear more for Jonathan's soul than anything else. So Winston puts out the message to certain people that are known in New York, and the people who show up are Will and the rest of Witch, the Gargoyles of Manhattan Clan, and Jake Long, the American Dragon. All of them show up and are like, all right, we're gonna fight a dragon god. Meanwhile, Bella Lyka has returned to Roanapur, and she's gonna amass an army from all chapters of Hotel Moscow, and she's called in some extra help. That help being Cobra. So now Cobra's getting involved, and the military has been eyeing the situation with John Wick, and now G.I. Joe is getting ready to take on Wick, and Wick is getting ready to move on the high table. Meanwhile, above all this, Helen has looked into records of Wick's war on the high table and seeing all the carnage he's unleashed in her name. Not in her name, but since she died the first time. She thinks she just got sick and fell into a coma. That's what she was told, but now she realizes, oh my god, I died and Wick became the monster again. So that's where we're going to leave off with this one and end it as a trilogy. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of John Wick King of Killers Part 2? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.